And you're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez, and welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm trying to get on here too because I haven't been on Punchline in how long?
It's been a minute.
It's been a little bit. I don't even know how to get on the show anymore.
Had to take a break from all of it.
Hey, I was good for another couple weeks.
So what's going on, y'all?
You motherfucker. You ever notice something? You ever notice when people go to jail, they always say they don't like being on the phone, but once they get in jail, they fucking call everybody all day long? Mm-hmm. My brother got in the pokey, and he don't like to ever talk on the phone, but when he's in there, he calls 3 fucking times a day. Yeah. And I said, look.
Oh, and I said, is he in jail again?
Yeah, he's in jail again.
What happened?
Same thing. Oh. Breaking probation. But the thing is this, like I'm saying, like, the thing is this, they always say they don't want to talk on the phone and shit, but they call you 3 times. And bro, I'm $200 down on my bank account because you keep calling. And what are you doing? I said, that's what you're calling for? That's what I'm doing?
More time on the phone, less time, a chance of getting poked in the pokey.
Yeah, they're asking me, what am I doing? I'm not breaking the law. You know what I mean?
Unemployed Mario, what's up? Long time no speak. Joel O, good to see you guys back. Good to be back. All right.
Yeah, it says, Ryan's, I'm on the punchline. You are, Ryan. You're on the punchline. Josh Patton, our homie's watching. Keon's watching. I always watch Keon stuff too. He's really good. He kind of kept his show going this whole time we've been off, so we didn't miss a beat.
George Underwood already hits us. What a question.
What's that?
What is Floyd Mayweather's biggest technical flaw? And I can honestly tell you guys this. Personally, I didn't think he had one. So,
dude, I was literally checking. I was literally thinking about it. I said, "Fuck, I don't even want to sound stupid and say he had one because he really doesn't.
He don't.
There's some things he don't do as well. Maybe his hands were kind of maybe that's not a technical flaw. Yeah. That's a physical flaw. His hands. Other than that,
I mean, you know, he is human.
Yes.
And he got hit sometimes in fights. And out of all the 50 pro fights, I mean, you guys could like be really anal and talk about Shane Mosley or Zab Judah, but or even Castillo. But still, I mean, this shit happens, and on any given night, another fighter could shine. But for the most part, no, I don't see Floyd having any flaws.
Hey, my new future girlfriend Kelly Morgan's watching. I'm just joking, but yeah, she's funny. She's on my Facebook. Amy's
on Kelly.
There. Hey, Kelly. Kelly says hi, Kelly.
She spells her with an I.
With I. And you know, anybody that spells her name with I is fun. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Brittany, Brandy, Stephanie, Stacy, anything with the I is fun. What? Bambi?
What if it's B-R-A-N-D-Y?
That's what Brandy, that's a school teacher. With the I, that's a stripper.
Yeah.
What's up, Brock? Jeff Brock. I used to work with him in boxing. He's a good MMA fighter.
Hey.
Did you watch the fights last night, Justin?
Yeah, I did actually.
You watched the fights?
Yes.
Dude, did you see Mr. Goodnight last night? Mr. Wrestler of the Year get KO'd.
I did see that.
Brutal.
I thought.
What? Rockhold got KO'd. The frizzy hair that always, you know, his name just slipped my mind completely. He's like an awesome wrestler. He came to
he
got hit with a Superman.
That was a fucking fluke though, but that was pure accident. My knee hurt watching
that was an accident. They catch him with those flying
knees. I know they do, but this is the way that early.
And then,
but my knee fucking
dude. And then Amanda Nunes knocked the shit out of Holly Holm, kicked the shit out of her in the first round. Same kick that Holly Holm kicked Ronda Rousey with. Amanda Nunes kicked. Amanda Nunes is just bad though.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody was talking about. And again, I'm not just saying it because I'm a boxing guy, but how exciting this card is going to be. UFC. The main event mostly. And I thought the main event was boring as shit, and I would have rather watched paint dry. But I had that fight close, man. I mean, I could have possibly given it to what was it, Santos?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about Nunes.
No, John Jones.
Oh yeah.
Santos.
Yeah, that was close.
I mean, you could have gave it to Santos.
Ben Askren. It was Ben Askren that got knocked out with the knee. Ben Askren was supposed to be like the prodigy, you know, the guy that turned the UFC upside down. He wasn't supposed to go to sleep like that.
There was a lot of hype going into that fight too.
Yeah, but he was talking a lot of shit.
I know they built it up.
Ben Askren talks a lot of shit. Steven's watching. Yeah, I don't think it's an accident. They scouted him. I think so too. I think they knew that Ben Askren was going to have that low wrestling stance, and I think they kind of took advantage of it.
Well, he was going to shoot, and the other dude came running in with a flying knee kick. Hey, I just don't understand if you're going to shoot.
Patricia's on here. Her boyfriend's actually John Jones. John Jones hits on her because they're from the same town in Albuquerque.
Oh, sir.
John Jones feeds her oatmeal, like in the gym. Like he fed her oatmeal and had her rub his abs and shit.
Is he the one that was sitting there in the belly with the medicine ball too?
What's that?
Or is that somebody else?
No, somebody else.
Oh.
But yeah, she.
Unemployed Mario says I felt bad for Luke Rockhold.
Yeah. That they get paid good to get hurt.
George Underwood goes Roy Jones Jr. versus Marvin Hagler.
What?
Roy Jones. Yeah,
Roy would have chewed his ass up. A prime Roy. Josh says, when is Kelly coming back to take the British super middleweight belts? When is James the Destroyer Dominion versus Max Kellerman? Come on, Josh. Don't disrespect me like that. When am I going to fight Max Kellerman? Max Kellerman never had a fucking fight.
Don't disrespect me with going down to 168.
He made 60, yeah. But really, like, I've only had 150 fights, and he wants me to fight Max Kellerman,
fucking
right?
Me, dude, you'd have to cut my leg off, fucking something else to get me down to 168.
Yeah, dude. Nobody's making 68 in this fucking room. Well, maybe Justin, but the rest of us, we ain't making 68. I've been lifting pretty hard on my time off, and I left here at 212, got to 208, and now I'm sitting at 225. I'm like, you know what? This went the opposite way.
They lifted heavy.
What?
Lifted heavy.
Lifted heavy. Damon's here. Eddie's here.
Jake Miller. The main event was very hesitant to say the least. I guess they gave it to John Jones because he was the only one that scored a knockdown. I mean, I could see where Jones could have won too. I mean, I could see where Santos could have won or Jones could have won. I thought it was a close fight, and depending if I scored it kind of like boxing. I thought Jones, the one round that you could have went to Santos, what was it, the third?
Third.
Actually, or was it the fourth? I thought Santos could have had. But I still think because of the injury and some of the shots that were thrown and the way that Jones was kind of like putting the pressure on and backing him up a little bit, I had to give it to Jones. So. Yeah,
and
hi, Jessica.
Ryan says, Kellerman doesn't have any boxing. Exactly, Ryan. That's why I said that's a disrespectful fucking thing.
I thought he fought amateur.
No, he didn't. He rapped amateur. He was a rapper.
Hell yeah.
He didn't.
He'd be with me. I'm with Bone Thugs and Harmony now.
Oh, are you? You're with Bone too now?
I did a video, man.
Oh yeah. But I didn't know.
What?
No.
You want the solo RP?
You're not wearing the outfit. You're not following around. You're not. You're not dangerous.
No, you know what I'm saying, but
you're not dangerous.
my real name was Ghost Bone, but when I was in the group.
Oh no, Josh! I don't have any beef with Max. Max is cool with me every time I see him. Yeah. I don't have any beef with Max Kellerman. I have beef with Paul Williams, and I'm just kidding. I don't have beef with Paul Williams. I don't.
I'm just over dazing off about the LP.
Paul Williams kicked my ass. No, I have beef with Evander Holyfield.
I would have to take Paul Williams.
Either condition.
Yeah.
Prior or post, he'll fuck me up. He's still as tall as I am in a wheelchair, isn't he?
Well, he's tall. He's taller than me.
What was he, 6'2", 6'3" when he was 5?
He's about a little over 6'2".
Okay, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's like 5'11". I'm still getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Now,
Evander Holyfield wants your ass.
Evander Holyfield, he hates my motherfucking ass.
Huh? Who's that?
Holyfield?
His son's even bigger.
His son, have you seen his son? Plays for Georgia. Dude's arms like, I said, how much trend is this dude running? Yeah. But no, Holyfield called me one time on the phone at my house. I was talking shit. And he called me and goes, you think it's funny? I'm like, who's this? He goes, this is Evander. I'm like, holy shit, how'd you get my number?
Evander was going to get up in his ass, too.
He sure the fuck was.
Lucky he wasn't like, open your door. Open your front door now.
I would just told him I have a Bible revival going on in 12 Hoes. He would have been friendly.
We miss you too, Jessica. Thank you. Jessica wants to know why. Because James went off on a rampage calling Evander Holyfield every name in the book.
Tell him why. Evander Holyfield came and visited the troops in the army, right? And the army paid him like $25,000 for this show up. And he just lost to Lewis not too long before. And everybody's happy to meet him. He said, I don't sign autographs or take pictures. If you want a picture or an autograph, it's $65 each. I'm like, are you serious?
That's what they go.
Bro, you just got paid $25K and you can't sign an autograph. And it wasn't for me. Wait.
Oh, absolutely.
No, it wasn't deployed. But the thing was this: most of us fighters didn't care. Yeah. Most of the amateurs didn't care. But they had their kids there, little kids. He was charging little kids $65.
Yeah. See, now there is look, I can understand, and this is a good point being brought up because this kind of goes back to the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame issue.
Yeah.
If they want it personalized, I don't think you should charge them one dime. No. I truly don't.
If they pay your way and give you $20K.
And I would sign. But I can see where, because a lot of these guys come up with 4 different pictures.
I understand.
Or if they don't want to personalize, and actually Hopkins, because there was a big beef with Hopkins not signing autographs.
Yeah.
And like he said, he goes, you got to know your worth.
Yeah.
For no matter what shit people talk or if they hate you or not, if they're coming to ask for an autograph, so it is kind of unfair that a person's in there like getting their heads beat in and everything to make a living.
Yeah.
And this dude's going to sell a picture of them.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's for $10.
You remember in New York when the dude brought the wheelbarrow in full of gloves?
Yeah.
This dude, we were in New York for the Broner and Mikey fight a couple of years ago, was it? And this dude goes, he had 2 gloves, right? He had 2 gloves. He goes, can you sign these, Kelly? Kelly signs them. And he goes, hold on a minute. This dude brings in a wheelbarrow with a net bag full of gloves. And he said, can you sign these?
See,
Kelly's
for
like,
me,
no.
it don't matter now because I didn't give a fuck. At the time when I was doing it, you gotta understand, like when I was fighting for world titles and defending the world title and everything else, everything was going so fast. So people come up, I didn't really give a fuck. I was making $3 million. I had this endorsement, blah, blah, blah. And if I'd known now, even if I was still fighting, I mean, there comes to a point when people want to just like your name on it. I don't think a fighter should do that. No, I'm sorry. No. Now, the Hall of Fame, when they ask for it, it's the Hall of Fame, dude. You give it to them because you're going to go into the Hall of Fame and it's big. But because the more that shit starts going out there, you know, with just your name on it and it's being sold, the less value of it. And not only that, I think the biggest part for me is I don't give a fuck if my picture is worth $2,000 or $70. My big issue is this person going and pawning it or selling it on eBay and making money off my image and my work, you know, the easy way. So that's where I see it. And so sometimes being on that, so I don't think James should have went off on.
They were little kids. They were little kids, man.
As much as he did. I mean, he even told him that he was going to go to his house in Georgia or something. Remember you said that?
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to fuck me up when I come to Atlanta.
Oh, fuck.
I said blah blah blah, and that made him even madder.
I still can't believe he really called you.
He sure did. Amy freaked. Our publicist freaked out because he was looking for my phone number. Somebody said, "Oh, so you got a question too, Kelly? Kelly, do you have a real beef with anyone in the boxing world?" No, you don't. No, you're one of the fair people that don't. Have you ever charged for an autograph, Kelly? Ryan wants to know.
No, and if there was any, I might have. I can't remember if there was a one when I was signed with Affliction. But I think Affliction,
they already took their money, right?
Yeah, I think they were the ones charging, or the business that was holding the event, they charged. So I never charged. Even here, I was like one of the only fighters, and I'm not taking nothing away from any of the other fighters. I mean, some of these guys, they you know, you could use the money, or it's just what their preference. Me personally, I didn't charge. I don't do that. And like I said, now. There's been so many of my fucking autographs that have been out.
Well, I've seen some of them online.
Yeah,
I've seen like an autographed glove for like $350.
Yeah, that was a pro. So don't.
There's one on there with you and Hopkins, and that thing was like $580 for you and Hopkins. But it says, Matt says, Kelly, you're looking slim. Would you ever make a comeback?
Absolutely. Come back to the Chinese buffet line.
This autograph game seems it's crazy, Bobby. Ruben says, I got Kelly's nudes if anyone's interested. Yes, carpets match the drapes.
Who said that?
Ruben,
you know, he's got a perfect height to sniff my panties.
He claims 5'9", so it means 5'6".
I'm over 5'4".
Yeah.
George goes, I had another one. He's got the matchups. Pernell Whitaker versus Roberto Duran.
Which That's Roberto Duran?
I would imagine
welterweight. The welterweight? I would go with Pernell.
I would have to, too.
Lightweight? That's a little different story, but would Kelly charge me for an autograph knowing I wear gloves when I lift? Esteban said that.
Esteban, I would fucking charge you double.
Esteban, I wear gloves too.
I would charge James also.
Yeah, but look at my hands because I don't. See?
Aw.
They got torn up.
You put some Vagisil on them, palms will be better.
Jeff says, will you sign my tit? That's a big fucking tit.
Fuck yes.
Sign them both.
I'll sign it.
I never seen Kelly charge. I always tried to accommodate. Yeah, that's true, Bobby. Luis said, you beating Jermaine Taylor was such a great moment and great fight. Nice to see you doing well. Hope Jermaine gets, I'm sure his life in order. That's what it's going to say. To act together. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
So, hey, the fights. Did you read about any of these fights? Absolutely not, huh?
No. Some of them.
Virgil Ortiz is fighting for the WBC minor title right now.
I did see that.
Yeah, he's fighting. The guy's like 28-1.
That's awesome.
Ramirez is fighting. The kid.
Canelo.
What?
No. Who?
No. Carlos
that's-
Ramirez is fighting the kid from Dallas, the world champ from Dallas. We met him. Tall black kid from Hooker, Maurice Hooker. Ramirez is fighting Maurice Hooker.
Wait, who's Mungia and Canelo? Right?
They say Mungia or
that's
Canelo
talk.
or Kovalev. It's one of the two.
Yeah. I hope he takes the Mungia fight instead of the Kovalev.
Bro, I'm telling you, Hooker's not going to win that fight. I'm going to let you know right now. Ramirez is a bad dude, man.
I don't think Canelo will win the Kovalev fight.
I think so. I'm going to take Canelo over or Kovalev. What Kovalev's going to show up? Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde.
I
That's
still
the,
think
that's,
that size and power and everything else.
But
Too.
what Kovalev is going to show up?
I don't know.
Is it going to be, you know what I mean? Which one's going to show up that night? Is it going to be?
I think the one that will show up is still going to be the one who's not going to throw a lot of punches, because Canelo's not a guy that's going to come out and make him throw a lot of punches at first. Yeah. And I just see some trouble.
I got Ramirez beating Hooker though, and I like Maurice Hooker, but Carlos Ramirez is that's an Olympian himself and the WBC champ. This guy's a monster. He trains in Robert's gym. We watched him sparring with Virgil the time we were there. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Kid's good. I think you seen Carlos fight. We saw him on the undercard of one of the Lomachenko undercards.
Yeah, Nick says, he goes, I think it'll be Canelo versus Mungia. It makes most sense. Big Mexican crowd.
They don't make sense. Because
I don't think either of them really do to a point. I mean, I think Mungia is more realistic and makes more sense.
Yeah, but also you know Kanat Islam just moved up to 160 himself.
Yeah.
And he just won a big fight in Kazakhstan. The dude's like 30-0.
I know, but I just don't think Canelo, where are they going to fight at? Light heavyweight?
Wait a minute, Maxis Rigas beats them both. Rigas is a different weight class.
Way different. I don't think Rigas right now is the top guy in his division, to be honest with you.
I do. I think Rigas is the top. But I don't think Rigas beats I don't know, man. I think Rigas is good. I think Rigas has Josh Taylor problems right now. That's who they need to look at. Josh Taylor and Rigas. We'll see how that one plays out.
Oh, that could be good. I just think if Rigas hits him, though, I don't know if Josh could hold up.
That's what I'm saying. I like Rigas, man. I think so.
But I don't think Rigas is that as good as people make him out to be.
Are you guys? Jim sounds like someone's getting violated. Background. Bobby, he's laying his dreams on us.
Yeah, you know what? It's been the fucking place that Bobby's supposed to be coming to for fucking 20 months now, but he's always at Mountain Air somehow.
Yeah, he's showing up over there.
Yeah, he works 2 days a week, but is at Mountain Air 5 days a week.
Ruben said, what did you guys think of the Theo incident where he got body slammed? I felt like he got hit after the guy at the bell got slammed for it.
Sparring.
Yeah. Did you see that, though? They're talking about, what's his name, getting knocked down.
Yeah, I see it.
It happens. It fucking happens, man. You get caught. You spar.
Sparring 3 times, 4 times a week. Hundreds of rounds of training camp.
You get caught, man.
Especially with undefeated pro fighters in there.
That was and that kid's really good. That's one of Mayweather's kids.
And then Tiafoe got up and was frustrating that kid too, though. After that, and that's why he got slammed.
You know what though? It's not like Lomachenko's never been dropped in sparring. We all know he's been dropped in sparring. He got dropped by Eric Ruiz. Eric El Trampo dropped him in sparring. Eric Ruiz held the WBA bantamweight title. Good fighter, fucking great fighter. But he dropped Lomachenko. Does that take away from Lomachenko? Absolutely not. You get caught, man. Sometimes it happens, you know. He got up and dominated the rest of the sparring session. So
yeah, Nick, he's still on the Mexican crowd. He said, especially Mexican Independence Day weekend. Yeah,
but my personal thing is they can still ring Mungia for a lot more money right now. And instead of getting that fight, you still can get a few fights out of Mungia and get a lot of money out of him.
Yeah, but it don't make a difference to Canelo right now either.
No, but
because he's already guaranteed.
But Mungia does. But these promoters can make more money out of Mungia than they can right now. They can keep making money off fights. I'm not a big fan of Mungia. I don't think he's that good.
I don't see that much money to be made off that kid.
I think they can still pull something out of him. What do you, Sakursa, what do you think of the WBC franchise belt? Fair, respectful. You know what? As much as I love the WBC, I think there's just too many belts running around. It's hard for me to keep track of what belts are which.
There is too many, but the franchise belt, I mean, so what are they saying with that? Like, that's the main one if you win the franchise?
I have no idea what it even means.
That's what it seems like, yeah. I don't know. WBC is huge, though. I mean, it's always been one of the biggest belts. So
Sakura says, would you ever release a sparring video like that? Yeah, but the opponent released it. You know, I don't think Teofimo did. And a lot of times they get these videos and they're caught. They're secretly. How many times your video's been out there you didn't know they were recording?
A couple, but it was a different era.
Yeah. Yama says, Canelo beats Kovalev, even if Kovalev's come 100%. Munguia is easy win for Canelo. Probably stop. Do you guys agree? I don't know if it's easy. Nothing's easy with a guy that big and strong. There's no such thing. I think Canelo is going to have to fight a whole different style to beat a guy like Kovalev.
I think he still picks him apart and breaks him down. Nick says, heard Pacquiao is looking really sharp sparring.
He is. He's looking good.
It's going to be a tough fight. That's going to be one that I'm going to have to pick.
I can't make a pick on that fight. I would like to, but
it's hard.
It's hard. I'm 50-50 on Pacquiao Thurman.
I mean, that's how I am right now, but you know, I guarantee we're going to have to make a pick.
Jaime, great rider out of Texas. You've met him plenty of times. Jaime Garza. He said, Kelly, was there any sort of heated sparring sessions that you can recall?
Like personally, between me and the opponent, maybe there was, but maybe Hanshaw was a little bit because we sparred right out of the amateurs.
What about Ken? When you were 15 or 16?
Yeah, Ken Cigarani? Yeah.
You had a heated session there, didn't you?
Well, no, the session wasn't heated. Everything got heated after the sparring. You know, I was 15. He was getting ready to fight Chavez, and it didn't go.
You laid it on him?
Yeah, and it was one of those type things. Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, listen, especially right before I won the world title and everything, when you're a top contender, number one contender, these guys are getting paid. Yeah. And it don't matter. I mean, some of them guys are getting paid good too. I think like the cheapest one that was getting paid by Top Rank, not me, was like $1,000 a week. Plus they got $500 a week per diem.
They're boarding? Their hotel?
Yeah, they pay for that. They give them $500 towards food. And I don't think anybody's going to eat $500 throughout the week.
Most of them don't. They're cutting themselves, you know?
Or yeah, even if they're still like 170. So they're getting paid decent. Like that's your job. You're coming in, and my job is to try to fucking send you home. You know. So did you ever have a session where you kind of didn't hurt the guy you were working with? You kind of let him off the hook a little bit. Like sparring friends? No, I try. What about sparring friends? Well, me and Roger, I never went on full out with Roger. I know, but you have friends and they're working with you. And Roger didn't either. Well, Billy Lau. You didn't. I tried beating the shit out of Billy Lau. And Billy, I hope you're listening because I love you. Billy would here's the whole issue. Me and Billy were really close friends. Yeah. And Billy knew that I had a lot of times throughout camp I had bad hands. Yeah. And I think Billy was also pissed because Jack would make me work with him with my left. Mm-hmm. And Billy was really smart. He would take the fucking top of his head, and every time I went to go punch, he'd go like this. You hit the top. So knowing that I wouldn't throw it hard or something, so Billy would make me so mad. And then in between there, he would hit me with stupid shit after doing that. On the hips and shit? Yeah, and he just like hit me with a combo because I was frustrated that he kept putting his head down. Yeah. And he like totally get me out of my game, and I would get so fucking mad that I would actually wanted to slam him. And we still laugh about it to this day. Well, that does suck, man. Esteban says, what do you guys think of a possible Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney? I think Teofimo's a next level guy. I like Devin Haney, but and I know a lot of people are big on Devin Haney, but that last fight with that big knockout was impressive, but that guy was there to be knocked out. Yeah. He didn't even that punch was coming a mile away, and he didn't make it. That's a good one. I kind of hope they don't meet soon. And then again, I guess we're getting ready to see Teofimo fight somebody. I would like to see Lomo, Teofimo, and Haney. I would like to see something happen with one of them three. I would like to see Virgil Ortiz and Teofimo one day. Oh, absolutely. Again, I'm not. I like maybe a year and a half from now. No, not tomorrow, but a year or two. Matt goes, Kelly, heard you are potentially commentating the 8-1 event in Pittsburgh. Not that I know of. I haven't heard nothing. They don't do that. Lies, the lies. No. We might be up there, though. I don't know. Justin always gets to set up with those kind of fights. He's like, hey, you're going to the fight, and you're going to do a show. Okay. What event is it? Yeah, what event is that, Matt? If you could let me know. Maybe it's like in Washington. Sakura said, what I'm saying is, would you release a recording of your opponent looking bad? You wouldn't. I don't know. No, I don't. Dude, it's work. Again, it's sparring. I mean, hey, listen, let me tell you one more quick story. All right, another one. I was sparring. I have 3 sparring partners come in for a camp. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times, yes, I would get the better of them. But there would be one guy, I would go spar 4 rounds, and then that guy would come out, and the next one would come in, and he was fresh. And these guys know that they only got 4 minutes or 4 rounds with me. Mm-hmm. They know I already won 4 rounds. They come in to get the best of me, and that's what they're getting paid to do. And sometimes for that 4 rounds, they would get the better of me because I already went 4 rounds. And when I went 4 rounds with the first guy, he knew he only had 4 rounds, so he went balls to the wall. And then the third guy would come in, go balls to the wall. So what we used to do was, okay, now Friday, you rotate. And the guy who I went last with goes first, and we kept rotating them so everybody got their ass beat equally.
I got a question on that too. Well, not a question. I got more of a statement. There was that video posted of you and Benavidez, David Benavidez. And a lot of people are like, oh, David Benavidez beat Kelly's ass. I'm like, wait a minute. Kelly already had 10 fucking rounds or 12 rounds in him by the time that Benavidez got in that night. And Kelly was told to take it easy on him. He's a kid.
Yeah.
And you let him work.
Yeah, and secondly, those were all cut out. The original, I think
the
Ellie
real
Setback,
beating was cut out, right?
Yeah, Ellie Setback had, and he worked well. But again, and I can give a fuck less. He's 16. He's 200 some pounds. That's not making an excuse. But obviously, you see how good Benavidez is to this day.
He's a monster.
So with that being said, though, that wasn't a sparring session of me going in there and like what I would with my sparring partners.
But what I think the point that I was making too is things can be misconstrued when it's on the screen. Like if you see sparring and you see it on the video, that's not always the case of what really happened in the sparring.
Yeah.
Like they show have you seen the Chavez De La Hoya sparring from like 89 or 90? They were sparring when Chavez, they had De La Hoya there. He was like fucking 16 or 17. And Shane Mosley was there too. And they showed Chavez beating Oscar and Shane Mosley up, which was cool, right? Hey, that's what Chavez is supposed to do. They didn't show the other 4 rounds where De La Hoya and Mosley were whooping Chavez's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're talking about a total of 9 minutes.
Yeah, they showed a clip where Chavez got the best of both of them, but they didn't show the whole sparring session where they made De La Hoya get out of the ring and leave because the 16-year-old was whipping his ass.
Exactly. You get a 20-second highlight. All right, hold on. This Matt. The first, let me hit these 2. Mike goes, thoughts on Andrade. Feel free to skip if you already discussed it. I just started watching. I think Andrade's tough. Got to see more of him at the middleweight, and I don't know. I think they need to start playing him out with him.
Maybe he needs to fight more than a couple years at a time.
Exactly.
Because that's the hardest thing, man. We can't make anything up because he doesn't fight. He's like Gary Russell.
Like see him against maybe a Saunders or somebody. Matt. We're putting a show together with Ludabella on UFC Fight Pass. Bill Hutcherson is the main event. I'd love to have you guys attend, so let me know and I'll take care of everything.
When is it?
All right, Matt. The 8-1, I believe.
No, what the date?
8-1, August 1st.
August 1st?
Yeah. So, Matt, I'll let you know. You talk to Matt? You haven't talked to him yet? I thought that was one of the guys. Yeah, I'll have my guy Justin get in touch with you, Matt, and we'll see what's going on.
Jude says, love your show, man. You guys crack me up. Thanks, Jude. I appreciate it. Sakura has great questions all the time. It says, Kelly, why do you think Winky Wright and you never fought? Promotion?
I would have loved to fight. That would have been a great fight for me. Winky was a guy who was right there. Threw lots of punches, difficult defense, frustrating defense, but for my style, I think it would have been a great fight for me.
He was close to your height too.
Yeah, he's 5'11".
6 foot. Yeah, right on there. You're right. Max says Benavidez beats Canelo. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. Right now, I think and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I think right now we've reached a Canelo where he's at his peak in his career. He's the best he's going to ever be right now.
I think you're right, but I think he's at his best right now at the junior middleweight, middleweight.
Junior middleweight. I think middleweight, super middleweight.
I don't think super middleweight.
You don't think so?
I think of Benavidez.
He can't make junior middleweight anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Not without help.
At super middleweight, yeah, you just need some more at stake. But
I have tacos?
Super middleweight, and again, I agree. I think, honest to God, truth, right now, Canelo is probably one of the hottest fighters in the sport, and the momentum's on his side.
He does everything well.
He does, and he's on fire. And I don't see a middleweight beating him.
I don't see Charlo beating him either.
No, not even close.
I think he's we're not allowed to cuss no more on the show, right?
Yeah.
No, but we should cuss all the time. But I think he skull fucks Charlo.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I don't think Charlo stands a chance in hell against Canelo.
Max says Andrade versus Charlo. I'm gonna have to go with Andrade in that too, man.
I might have to.
You know what? Jamal Charlo and Jamel, they're good fighters, and I'm not bad-mouthing the Charlos. I know people say that we don't like them, but we have no issue. I don't. I know Kelly doesn't have any. He has less issues than I do with people, but which is true. But Charlo has not looked the best. This last fight, he looked good, but he was supposed to look good against this guy.
Yeah.
It was a confidence builder.
But that's where I'm going on that with, hold on, I got this question. Canelo going to 168 against a guy like Benavidez and even 175 against a Kovalev, I'm just not a fan of it. Now you can see when he fought a naturally big middleweight,
like
who is a little, Jacobs and Triple G.
Yeah.
They were close fights. Now you're talking about a kid that's a lot bigger than them, and naturally from since he was a young kid who was bigger and used to fighting.
He could crack.
Who?
Benavidez.
Benavidez
can
That's
crack.
what I'm saying. I just think now you're biting off more than you could chew. Again, at middleweight,
He's tall too.
yeah, he is. He's taller than me.
I met him. Well, I did.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think at middleweight right now, yeah, Canelo's a top dog.
Philip has a good question, Kelly. He said, it's more of a statement. He said, hi guys, wouldn't it be nice if A fighters fight A fighters in their prime instead of fights that are made today with BC? You know, I think so, but I think that we are getting a lot of A-type A fights for now. I think right now we're in the golden age of this decade where you're getting great fights.
And I think some of these B fights make better fights too. Jessica says, so many it's fair to expect a KO from Canelo when he's fighting these huge middleweight fighters. So many criticize when they should be giving him credit for taking these huge fighters. I agree. So you have one guy in there at 68 because he jumped up, which is 3 weight classes above his natural weight. And you got an easy fight after fighting Triple G, and I don't know.
Loco Dominguez. That's either my sister-in-law or my brother. Says, hey James, love you. Good show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Love you too. Robert says, Kelly, what do you think of Mikey versus Danny? We haven't really talked about that.
I got one from Frank Martinez on here with Danny.
You know what? You can't even answer that because they're going to accuse you of being biased.
Yeah.
I think it's a harder fight than people expect and than people think. For both, not just Danny. I think Danny's a great fighter, and Danny's to me. I don't know how you feel. I want to know your take on it, Kelly, because we haven't talked about it. I think Danny is so basic. He's good because he's so basic. Everything he does is he doesn't have the arsenal Mikey does.
Watch out. Tom Cordell is going to come on here and tell you about basic fighters.
Yeah,
because he don't fucking get it.
But Danny does everything well. He hits hard with every hand, either hand. Is Mikey probably more athletic? I'm sure he's more athletic and has a better arsenal. But the only thing that concerns me is the size.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Danny Garcia is Errol Spence either. But I'm gonna take Mikey in that fight. I'm gonna think Mikey outboxes him. He ain't knocking him out because nobody knocks out Danny Garcia.
I'm gonna wait till we get a little closer on that because I just always get more time to think. But yeah, this fight's not going to be an Errol Spence type fight. And if anybody thinks that, then they're crazy because everybody knows that Spence would beat up on Danny Garcia too.
Yeah.
So I think styles make fights, and I think this is a better matchup for
both.
Because let's face it, Danny Garcia is not as big as Errol Spence.
He's a big junior welterweight. But Donovan, we always see him at the store. Such a great guy. Every time at the store, he comes and talks to us. How much truth do you guys think the reports about Canelo's knee being injured? Do you think he'll need surgery within the next year? And could it hinder him? He did have a knee injury, yes, and he is having surgery.
He should have had it a while ago.
Yeah, he did. His ACL was giving him problems in the last fight. So, yeah.
Mr. Wano, Callum Smith versus BJS. Rumored to be on the cards. Who have you got in that one?
With who?
Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders.
I would take Billy Joe in that fight.
I don't know. It's another good one.
Your brother loves Billy Joe, doesn't he?
Yeah, I just don't. Again, it's hard for me, even with Billy Joe, to make a prediction because I cannot give you. I can give you a hypothesis, but other than that, I don't know. I have not seen enough of him to really be able to say how I think or be 100% confident in my pick. I'm sorry.
True.
Because I just don't think that he's that good at. I mean, again, he fights a lot like a Sergio Martinez, but I think Sergio Martinez was a lot better fighter.
He hit harder.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because I fought him.
Well, you know how good he is. Sakura says, plenty of boxers in the middleweight division. No need to go up to Kovalev. There is, I think, because you have to make these guys want to fight. Nobody wants to. A lot of these guys, they don't want to fight Canelo. There's so many easier fights. Why would I move up to fight Canelo? Or even stay in the division?
We always talk about levels to things.
Yes.
Though, okay, and it's very true.
There's a stopping point for everyone.
Yeah, and like here, Canelo was good enough, even being a smaller guy.
Yeah, welterweight.
Was just that naturally good, and he still is that good, obviously, as we've been saying. But now you're talking about going up, like the saying, you bite off more than you can chew. It's a true saying, and eventually you're going to hit that, and you're going to say, "Shit, that was a dumb idea. I'm going to better go back down."
It's true,
and that might be that's going to probably be the Kovalev fight.
I agree. Kevin's here. Thank God. Kevin's a cool dude, man. I love Canelo. I love Kevin. He says, "Welcome back, guys. How much of Canelo talk do you think is smoked with, like Paul Williams saying he'd face anyone from 140 to 60? I don't think so. I think Canelo's proven he'd fight anybody because he's moved up to 68.
Yes.
I think Canelo's just so full of confidence right now. I think he is one to fight anybody, and sometimes that confidence leads you into mistakes. Because do I like him with Kovalev? It depends what Kovalev shows up. But that's dangerous. That is dangerous. And I guarantee if it wasn't I guarantee Canelo would not call anybody out but Kovalev in that division, because he knows that he would have less of a chance with a guy like Bivol or those guys, because Bivol would hurt him.
And I get it. He's very confident right now, and he's looking at history. I mean, let's face it, he's got numerous world title belts in his trophy case. He's got a pocket that he could actually walk around with guys like LeBron James and Mayweather now with all the money in his pocket. So now I guess the only thing for him to accomplish is to try to be one of them guys. And at that point, it'll be 5 weight classes, 5 different weight classes to be a world champion. And I get it. He's chasing his dream, the all-time greatest. Yeah. But at what cost? I don't know. So Jessica says, "Kelly, I'll get to the point. The fight with Hopkins, what went wrong? Was it the strategy or style?" It was neither, Jessica, and I've talked about it a handful of times. It was just not a Kelly Pavlik night. I was not me, and I'm not going to get into that, but read a book that Thomas Hauser wrote.
The fight, the Hurt?
The
Hurt game? Where's this? I have it.
Yeah, you do.
I do have it.
James will
post it,
and so follow his, but... And Thomas Hauser is a straightforward guy. He writes what he sees. He's not biased. He don't favor anybody. His job is to sit in locker rooms and write everything that happens. And he was there.
Saw you throwing up.
Yeah, well, not throwing up, spitting the hawkers up, but the temperature, the fever, all that, in the prescription medicine I was on. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Alicia says, Billy Joe Saunders, people talk too much. I don't believe he's fighting anyone until I see him. That's how I am too. So of course I love Canelo, but why not grab the belts? Kelly, would you want all 3 belts as middleweight champion? You did have them, didn't you? You get 2? Did you have the 2?
Well, I guess you could count the ring.
You had 3 of them. You had the WBO, the WBC, and the ring belt.
I wanted all of them to put in a trophy case, but I could guarantee you, after I had them in a trophy case, that you would have seen my fucking ass vacating like 2 or 3 of them.
Hey, when those sanctioning fees come rolling in, and see, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of boxing fans and people at home, they say, "Well, this fighter's a pussy because he gave up his titles." He's not avoiding people. He doesn't want to pay 5% on every purse.
That's like you guys working at a construction job, and your boss takes his pays you. And then you got 3 other guys coming in who own the wood place that you're getting the shit from, and they're like, "Hey, you owe us 15%." And then another guy comes in, a window guy. "Hey, you owe us 15%. You're paying out 5 different people.
You're paying 45% to keep 3 belts."
And everybody already knows you're the best construction worker in the area. You're going to tell them to go fly a kite.
But the thing is this: if you're paying, let's say that
was a horrible analogy.
I know, I got it though. But let's say you're paying even 20%, right? You're paying 20% of, let's say, $3 million. Dude, how much of your money's already gone?
Yeah, but so figure paying 4 different organizations.
What are you paying what's on the 20% of $3 million?
Just $600,000.
$600,000, and that's after taxes.
Yeah.
You've already been taxed for half of it.
So imagine after they all get into your pocket.
Okay.
You'd be selling their belts.
Robert Garcia had a great thing. They asked him, "How much do you make after you make $1 million?" Because Robert made $1 million. And he said, well, and this is what people don't understand. A lot of people don't. And even people in the business don't understand. I make $1 million in the fight. The first thing they do is the government comes and gets his share right away. And let's say you're making your first million, so you're not sheltering your money the correct way yet. You don't know how. You don't have a Justin helping you hide money, right? Or just put it away.
Why do you always go to him on a financial?
Because he's a
part?
financial guy too.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's a software guy.
But he's the smartest guy I know, so it's Justin, okay? Anyway, you're looking at
Why don't you
$300,000.
ask the person who got a lot of money? I mean, Justin got good money too, but I'm just saying.
Well, you're looking at $300,000 off the top in taxes, right? Now you're paying your manager 33 1/3%, anywhere from 20 to 30%, right? You're paying your manager 20 to 30%.
Well, yeah, but if you're still paying the manager, you're stupid. There's no need at that
but-
point to have a manager.
But let's just say some of them are paying them still. And then you're paying 20%, let's just say not even 33 1/3, which they can take. You're paying that off. And now you're paying your trainer 10%.
Mhm.
And right now, you're probably bringing home
Well,
250,
this all reflects back on
$275,000.
when we were talking about some people like the Sport of Boston needs some consultants and everything else, because a big thing is these guys need to get, I know everybody says, screw financial advisors and accountants. They're horrible. You don't need them. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Listen, you'll have an accountant. You get paid. That check, before it goes anywhere, even to your little hands or into your own personal bank, you have an accountant who's already breaking up, and he may be doing, what do you call that? The quarterly estimates, for your taxes.
Every 3 months.
They could do that. And what's great about that is sometimes they overdo it, and next thing you know, being a self-employed guy, you get money back at the end of the year like everybody else gets on a tax return because you overpaid. But so what I'm saying, you have the accountant. So you already have these people breaking down your taxes, and then they can help you do write-offs. The accountant may say, hey, go donate to this charity or go do this. Then you got a financial advisor who's in a hurry to help you start growing more money on that money before. So when the taxes come, you still got a shitload that you made on that money. It's a team, and they all work together, and that's where the consultant needs to come in with these guys, because you're right, and Robert's right. This money goes out, but don't get me wrong. You make $2 million, you're still coming home with a good amount of fucking money that you need to be accountable for, and making sure that you have that money. So get somebody that knows what they're doing. So what if you got to pay a financial advisor 5%. A certain amount of money? At least you'll keep that money longer than your fucking ass going out buying Rolls Royce. I hope it's not true, but I've been seeing Ruiz out there with a Royce.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit too. Yeah.
And I'm hoping that somebody's lending him that,
leasing it to him, or sponsoring him.
He made, what did he make? $6 million in that fight? $5 million.
Yeah.
So he came home with probably three. So let's just say that I hope that, because even if you got a timeshare into that private jet, you got to pay for that to refuel that freaking thing, and when you have it, it costs a lot of money to fuel.
Snickers gave him $2 million too.
Okay, but
I know.
That's not enough to be driving around in $1 million car.
Exactly.
And I haven't even seen the house that he may have bought yet.
Kevin says, have we talked about Thurman and Pac? We have not really talked about it yet, but we will. There's a good question here, and I just saw him. Kelly, were you ever offered a fight with Joe Calzaghe? Emilio Santana wants to know.
Yeah, I wonder if that's Mr. Wayno. This must be the same. Whatever happened to you versus Joe Calzaghe? Did you ever have discussions about this with his team? I don't know. First of all, you got to remember, Joe Calzaghe was campaigning at 168, and I was campaigning at 160, and that was it. There was no thought of me going to 168 at that point when he was hot and I was hot. And then, of course, a lot of shit got sparked when I fought Gary Lockett, because Gary Lockett's trainer was Joe Calzaghe's dad. So that's where a lot of that talk. But it would have been a great fight. I would have loved to took that fight, but hey, Joe Calzaghe was a bad dude, and everybody said he slapped. He slapped the shit out of everybody.
Fucking hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of everybody.
Roy Jones, after that fight, Roy Jones and Lacey didn't look like they got slapped. It looked like they came through a fucking war. Keon has a good question for you. Kelly, any fighter you see today, can you say reminds you of yourself?
Yeah, there's a couple.
That kid from Brooklyn, that little white kid. I'm not just saying because he's white and tall. I'm not saying that, but he looks like an early version of you. The way his right hand is.
I'm going to tell you, and I hope they don't get offended. I'm going to tell you who reminds me a lot of me. Virgil Ortiz Jr.
I could say that. Looks like he reminds me of Fernando a lot too.
Yeah, but I watch his style, and especially early on in my career when I was boxing a little bit. With boxing and power punching. A lot of things he does. I think so. Now I don't care if they don't think so.
Bobby says, take. What is expense roughly after you make $2 million, Kelly? I know everyone is different.
What happened?
It says, Bobby says, take. What is the expense roughly after you make $2 million? Like he's saying, what expenses do you have after you make $2 million? Because you use $2 million as an example. Yes, Josh, the white chocolate kid from Brooklyn. The one with zits on his face. He's that young. He still has zits.
For me, with my payout, I came home with roughly about 1.1. 2 to manager or agent, 2 to trainer. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I took out, my dad took 10%, and I'll go back and explain to that, but I got that back afterwards because because tax reasons. So instead of getting a check for 1.8 million or $2 million and giving everybody their cut, which I'm getting taxed on at $2 million, and they're all getting, the money, they take their cuts out, and my dad would have the cut. So I actually got the check if I was fighting for $2 million, I got a check for 1.6.
And then you get the 20,000.
So
back.
I got taxed on 1.6, not 2 million, which makes a big difference. Then my pops gave back
20.
Yeah, the money, and that's kind of how it went, and actually saved my ass a lot of money in the long run. But and then I paid.
I bet you had to force him to take it, didn't you? Like tell him to keep it anyway.
I give him.
I know, but you had to force him.
He did. He was cheap. He paid for $25,000 more for my old house. And I wanted to give it to him, but yeah. So that's what they take, and then the cut man, they get 1 or 2%. A lot of times, Top Rank took care of the cut man also.
Comes off the trainer takes care of it.
Well, the trainer's supposed to take care of the corner man.
Mm-hmm. Well, if the trainer brings their own cut man, like Doc Anderson or Rudy, they always take care of them themselves.
And if not, I think it should be. And I hate to say it, and I know some trainers will get mad. And believe me, I'm going to be a trainer. But I personally think that a cut man work and quarter man work for the trainer, not so much the fighter.
Yeah.
Because that relies on the trainer. The trainer, if he wants to keep his job, and my fight gets stopped because of a cut or something.
Most trainers have their favorite cornerman or their favorite cut man. They bring them with them. Like you'll see your guy, Joel. Help me out with his name. The old guy. No, the older guy. Miguel Diaz. I'm sorry, I keep thinking Joel, but Miguel Diaz. You'll see Robert with Doc Anderson, or you'll see Rudy Hernandez a lot of times in these corners. You'll see the same cut man because they do good jobs, and I think it should fall on the trainers to pay them a lot.
It does. It should, because again, listen, the trainer wants to go in that corner and he wants to hurry up and have all of his shit there and be ready to go in and have full time, because they don't have, like Rudy broke down. There's not much time for a trainer to talk to the fighters. Yep. So a trainer and a corner man should be on the same page, and they should be comfortable with each other. Yep. And again, that is a trainer's job, is to have a good cut man. A cut man works for or corner man works for the trainer, so they're in sync. What the fuck do I care? I just want to come back to the corner. Why do I give a fuck who my corner man is? Yeah. I want to come, sit down, get some water in me, take a couple deep breaths, and please give me some valuable information so I can go out there and do better. That's all I care about, and that's the trainer's job, and that's why I pay him.
Yeah. It's true. Well, when we were out, we went to lunch with Rudy when we were in LA. He made a good point, and I haven't really forgot about it. There's a good question, guys, that Rudy asked. When you have when you have what? Your cut man, your trainer, and your second assist in the corner, how long do you have to work with a fighter? And I said 60 seconds. And he said, no, you have 180 seconds if you have 3 guys, because all 3 should be working together doing a triple the job. So you actually have 180 seconds if you think of it that way.
Exactly.
If like Rudy said, you should not have to ask your second assist for anything. He should already be waiting for you.
Exactly.
And your cut man should already be working.
And obviously that comes down to a trainer who's working with that person and who he knows that he wants to work with.
Yep.
EKO goes, that would have been great. Kelly, how much do you get paid for your first pro fight? I'll be straight up and tell you, man, I got $2,000. That's it. But it was a 4-rounder.
You were Superman though, weren't you?
Fuck yeah.
You had $2,000.
That's you got. That was 20 years ago.
And but you had a signing bonus too.
Signing bonus. I was Stalin.
Got you a Grand Am.
Mm-hmm. All ice, and I had spinner rims without the spinner on them though, so it looked classy. Yeah. On a Pontiac Grand Am.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You had the Warren special.
Then he said, "Did you grow up knowing you were going to box professionally? What age did you know you were committed to the fight game?" That's a good question. I know right around 14, 15, that was going to be, that's when I kind of like stepped away from the other sports pretty much. I still played them, but I didn't care, nor did I put time into them, nowhere near what I put into boxing.
Josh says, what do you think of White Chocolate Kid? I like him, but he's young. He only has 5 fights. And nothing's lasted over 1 round, so it's kind of hard.
Fight.
Yes, you did. Oh, you missed him. He was on DAZN. Remember I called you and said that tall little white kid, or not little, he's a middleweight, but he's knocking kids out like in a minute.
I know. I went back and watched.
Did
him.
you?
You got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Abreu, or
You said
he does.
fights like
the right
me.
hand is just like
He
yours.
He does a lot too. I can't agree with that. No, I did see him fight.
He did say that, but his corner said that he fights a lot like you too.
Yeah,
they said that on DAZN.
I think it's way too early to tell with that kid. Obviously he's picked up as somebody seeing something in him.
Great amateur career.
Yeah. So
what was it, 110-5?
Yeah. Let's see what he does. Leo, give us some time.
There's some good. Emilio's or Bucky says, awesome. How you guys talk about the tax stuff and get advice like no one else ever talks about the stuff. Well, the thing is, we have a guy here that's been in the business, so it's easy for him to talk about it because he's experienced it. Yeah. I've never cashed a check for $3 million, so I wouldn't know. But I've been around the business my whole life too, but I've seen it done. But Kelly can do that, and other shows can't because everything's speculation or rumor. But we don't have that.
You get it straight from mouth.
Sakura said, did anybody surprise you with their power, even though we know you have the power? Anybody's power ever kind of shock you a little bit?
No.
No?
And I can honestly say that, being 100% honest.
Did Miranda shock you how hard he hit, or were you expecting it?
I was expecting that.
What about Taylor?
And he lived up to the rumors.
What about Taylor?
No, I knew Taylor because you know what? I had a
amateur fight with him.
Yeah, I had an amateur, and I knew Taylor was strong. I mean, I know he didn't knock a lot of guys out that he should have, but you guys got to remember, I'm not crediting him because I beat him. People give him shit about the Uma and Winky Ray fight, about fighting smaller guys, but them guys were defense savvy. They were great defensive fighters.
I heard a rumor, Kelly, about Miranda back in the day, and I don't know if you could substantiate if you heard the same rumor. When he was sparring guys, he was breaking their forearms and stuff when he was sparring with them. Like he was breaking bones in their forearms when he hit them. Did you hear that too?
Yeah.
I heard that back in the day. I was like, that's bullshit.
Well, I heard everything.
But they said that he was sparring with 16-ounce gloves or 18-ounce gloves, and he hit a guy in the forearm and broke the bone in the forearm. I was like, what the fuck, man?
That dude hit.
Did he?
He hit.
What punch in that fight was the one that really? No, which one was the one that really got you though? You think out of the one that just made you want to get out of the ring for a minute?
If you guys go back and watch that fight, and I bet you a lot of you missed it, the first round.
Yeah.
Watch, and it's quick. He hit me with a right hand, and it was a grazing right hand, and it was body equilibrium also, and you can see my leg a little bit. Go back, watch it. You'll see it kind of like my front leg.
Yeah.
Kind of double step, and I felt that, and right there I knew
What about the triple right hand in the 5th round?
Yeah, but you know what? I was already
ready.
Yeah, I was warm. I guess it takes that brain to get jarred once or twice, and you're all warmed up. Those hurt. Don't get me wrong, and it kind of stunned me in there for a second, but it was nothing where my legs went.
Emilio says, Kelly, who was your toughest opponent and why? The best or toughest? You were probably one of your toughest.
I'd say toughest. The Hopkins, again, guys, I'm not being mean.
Right?
I was just really not me that night. But obviously, then taking nothing away from Bernard. That's my luck. Of any people to fight, I mean, Bernard Hopkins, he's smart and he's everything that he was made up to be. I'd have to say Sergio was tough too, though. I mean, you go back and you can see in that fight, the middle rounds, it was actually quite easy for me in the middle rounds, but it was still hard because you constantly had to be moving with him. Even though I wasn't moving like he was, I was still chasing him down. Then you still had to watch his quick hands. Martinez was difficult. And, Taylor obviously was tough too, especially the second fight.
What about the Mexican kid, the Olympian? Zartucci.
Was
he tough?
Yeah, he was just rugged. He was just a rugged dude. And he could hit. And everybody knew Zartucci could hit.
Glenn says, been missing the show lately. James looks way different. Way to go. Thank you. Just been hitting that gym pretty hard, lifting heavy. Kelly looked the same. That's a good thing though. Kelly stay steady. Right. My goal was to get bigger than Kelly. That's my goal. Not get bigger, but get bigger. Like I can get bigger than Kelly anytime. If I eat a donut, I'll get bigger than Kelly. So.
You don't even see me flex yet.
Watching you come up in the ranks, did you feel you were looked over for the belt?
Yeah.
Bobby? Oh, I would agree.
Absolutely.
You were the number one contender for how long?
I mean, I was straight up. Oh yeah, let's go back to that. Go watch the Zartucci fight and listen to the beginning and the end, and then go watch the Miranda fight and listen to the beginning and the end. And tell me if I wasn't the number one mandatory 2 fights in a row.
Yeah.
Kind of sucked. Huh?
William says, "What's up, bro? What's up, William? How you doing?"
I mean, I literally fought for the number one mandatory twice.
Darren Shabbat says, Wilder Fury 2 is set for February 22nd. Who you have? Oh, man, if I answer that, I'm racist.
Jessica said you're looking good too.
Tell her thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm just working every day. Glenn said, been lifting a newborn. Hey, that's even more fulfilling than lifting weights, man. Congratulations. Wilder Fury set for February 22nd. Like I said, if I pick Wilder, I'm stupid. If I pick Fury, I'm racist.
Yep.
But I'm going to take Fury. I think Fury has, I think Fury's a good boxer. He really is a great boxer.
I think Fury by far is the best boxer in the heavyweight division.
But Wilder has the power to stop a fight at any moment.
And that just scares me to pick Fury because, like you just said, Wilder is just that one punch away from ending it. And he showed it the last fight.
Wilder generates power like I've never seen. I've seen power like that, but it's different. Like even, you can say like a Triple G with the power, but the power, I don't know. Like Wilder does, like for me, Wilder doesn't do anything right. He doesn't. And the power comes off balance. The power's not set right. He's off the wrong foot, and he knocks you out.
Yeah, and he lands it too, no matter how he throws it.
Guys like Triple G, his technique is perfect, and he throws a punch, and I can see it. Or guys like Inoue. We were talking about Naoya Inoue, how hard he hits. His technique's perfect, and that's why he can do that. But Wilder is falling backwards and hits you and knocks you out, you know? And so...
Hey, going on a question here from Echo. Says, any thoughts on bare knuckle? Did you watch the Paulie?
I saw the previews of it. I saw the clips. I mean, yeah, I didn't watch it all. I didn't watch. To be honest with you guys, I didn't watch boxing for 5 weeks. I didn't watch one fight.
I heard. I didn't watch it either, but I heard Paulie pretty much gave him the fight.
You know, the thing is this: we're on vacation. I really took vacation seriously this time. I didn't watch any fights. I didn't get on boxing sites. I didn't even get on the page. Did you?
No, I never get on the page.
I didn't do anything. I didn't even watch fights. I watched soccer. I watched basketball. I watched some baseball. I watched a lot of porn.
I watched.
But other than that,
porn is just a waste, man.
What are you talking about? It's a waste.
You never get past like.
Oh yeah, well nobody gets past the first 3 minutes of porn. If you do, you're just crazy.
Yeah, you just gotta...
you have psychological issues if you watch a whole porn.
Yeah, you could do that. But you can't even you can't even keep the hand around the fucking tallywhacker because all right.
I go, where's that sock again?
Oh, James Burrell says you're racist like the Betsy Ross flag, James.
That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear.
Jessica has a question. Who would win, Warrington versus Santa Cruz?
I'll take Leo. Oh God, I know like Leo. This one. I do like Leo, but I think Leo is really good.
I can take Leo on that one. I can't take
Leo Gary Russell, but I got Leo versus Gary Russell too because Gary Russell's not active. But I will say this: Leo's dad is not doing so well. We all know that. And what kind of impact is that going to have on him?
It could play a huge one.
When that's your mentor, your trainer, everything else, right?
Yeah.
I hope not. I mean, I wish Leo's dad all the best. He's a good guy. I was just saying, what kind of impact does that pay? Him being sick. I'm not even saying anything more than that. Just more than being sick, you know.
Echo says the cuts in bare knuckle are intense. I don't know if I'm a fan. Well, they should be. I mean, you got bare knuckles hitting. But as far as the knocking out part, I don't see much difference.
To me, the problem is with bare knuckles, they don't throw as much punches, and it's like watching paint dry because nobody wants to get hit with a bare.
No, that shit hurts.
You know, that's why they brought boxing gloves. You know that, right? Back in the 1880s, 1890s, when they were using bare hands, the Marquis of Queensberry rules. The problem is you would go 100 rounds and there'd be 30 punches thrown in 100 rounds. Yeah. So they decide if we put leather straps on your hands, psychologically you'll be willing to engage more. That's why they did it.
Keep getting hit with a bare fist.
No.
Jessica says cochino, James. I think that's what it is.
That means pig, like dirty.
Yeah, she put ha 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 ha.
sometimes it be that way, you know.
Mr. Wayno, fellas, did you ever see Dmitry Prog fight?
I have.
Career was cut short, but the Russian cat was a slick cat.
I seen him training Oxnard before.
And how good could he have been? I seen him training Oxnard. I never really seen many of his fights.
No, you were there. We were there when we saw him. You were there. Holly Gayton. Hey, Holly, that's my girl right there. Kevin says, any thoughts on earning your shot? There are plenty of young fighters with less than 20 fights demanding the shot. I think everybody wants to move faster than they should. I don't think people. I think everybody wants it now.
Everybody, all these kids see the money. They see the guys. They see Lomachenko had a big part in that.
They see the Charlos. They see these guys with money. But they don't see the truth. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these young fighters and people watching, they don't see the truth. I'm not going to say the fighters' names or anything like that, but there's a lot of fighters in this business right now that you think are making huge money that really aren't. They're in debt to their managers and to their promoters. They're taking purse advances. They take purse advances to make their living expenses, to pay for the Bentleys, to pay for the Porsche, whatever the car they're driving. That's immaterial. The point is they're taking purse advances, and for 200, 300,000 at a time. Well, if you're only making 200,000 a fight, that money has to go back. So you're fighting for free, basically, trying to recover that money, and you never recover it because you keep having to survive. It's like those pay loan stores. What are those things called, Justin? You know,
cash advance. The
cash advances. That's what it's like. You have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You know, and the Charlos aren't making $1 million a fight. They're making 500, 300, 200. And I'm not saying they're the ones that are doing it. I'm saying that these lower level champions are not making that kind of money to pay those expenses back. And they're kind of at this point what I would call a slave contract because they're working to pay this back.
They see a lot of other fighters that are making the money. It kind of goes into a situation with a couple of people, I believe, you know, when you see the money and this person's making it, and you're going, well, I'm talked about every bit as much. I'm every bit as good of a fighter. Why ain't I making that? And they don't understand that there's the ladder to climb, the experience level, this, that, and they want that quick money. They want the championship belt fast, and they don't realize that it's a process that you got to go through, and you need the experience, and you need the rounds under you. So
I would agree with you. Donovan says, how do you feel about Carlos Adames? Is Robert Garcia as a beast? I like Adames a lot. We watched him. Remember on the Justin. Remember we watched him on the Adames. He was on the Amir Khan and Crawford undercard. The guy that Robert had, that Colombian or whatever. That dude's a monster. Yeah, he is really good. So Kevin, I think a lot of guys, they see what's on social media and they want a part of that too, and they go to extremes to get it. Let's face it, not everybody has that kind of what's the word? The personality, the charisma to do that. Not everybody's going to be Ryan Garcia that can have 1 million Instagram followers and make $40,000 a month off Instagram, you know?
That's true. All right, we're going to start wrapping up, guys. We got, Jessica, does a hard punch induce the feeling of fear in the ring, and can one see the punch coming? No, I don't think, it's not so much fear. So some fighters may get fear, but you can definitely see the punch coming.
Oh, can I talk about this too before we go? The book?
Go ahead.
Hey guys, I just want to tell you, I'm not plugging this or anything like that, but
yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Straight plug.
Our good friend Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri sent me his book. It's called The Fighter's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And he sent it to me and autographed it, which is really awesome. But he wrote a book on how to make weight for a fighter, and more importantly, how to maintain weight. You can get this book on Amazon. It's an amazing book. It's not like cut meals and things like that. They're like, it has like steak and like short rib stew and all kind of things like that. So
I love Chris Algieri, and I would show that anytime on a show.
I think it's a great book, and I want to thank him for sending it. And
I got to read that.
Yeah, and there's they even break what's pretty cool is he breaks the recipes down by the calories, the fat content, the carbs, and protein, which is huge for you guys doing keto, because you can pick and choose your meals and keep it under your 50 grams a day. You know what I mean? Like right here, this salmon, it's 0 carbs, and that's what. But you can pick this book on Amazon. Like I said, I'm not plugging it. I don't have a code or a discount code, But Chris Algieri has his master's degree in kinesiology and nutrition. But like I said, this guy done a great job for Danny Garcia, or not Danny Garcia, but for
I want to hold it too, so it looks like I'm plugging it.
Okay, for Danny Jacobs, he's done a great job, and we've seen what he does for UFC cutting weight. So hey guys, look on Amazon. I'm telling you, it's an amazing book, and I would definitely
Absolutely
look at it. But the food, the recipes are amazing. Hey, Naomi, that's my girl right there. That's my girl from Oxnard. Yeah, Chris Algieri did have a great win, and he just won a minor title again, which is pretty awesome.
all right.
But yeah, you guys, go to Amazon. You can get the book on there. What is it called? It's called Fighter's Kitchen. Just to make sure if you guys are the Fighter's Kitchen. So check it out.
Chris Algieri.
By Chris Algieri. Check it out, guys. You'll love it if you guys are into nutrition and things like that, which that's a big part of my life, and I know it's a big part of Kelly's and Justin's. So I bug Kelly every day about food or working out. I said, Kelly, I got a question for us natties. Natties. Is that the word now they use? Is that the word natties?
Natty, I thought was a beer.
No, I thought natty was people who don't do steroids.
There goes everybody.
Is that for people?
He once said that was that.
Is that what it is? People that don't do steroids,
Yeah,
natty?
naturals, yeah.
Okay. Is creatine natty?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it in food. You just got to do creatine.
Is Anavar natty? No.
No.
Okay, I don't have that, but I was just saying if I did.
That's fine.
If I did, where could I get it? I'm just saying. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. Thank you, Esteban. Yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show and making the show come back and great and stuff like that. Because to be honest with you guys, we really didn't know what direction the show was going anymore. We really didn't. I mean, the numbers kind of fell off a little bit, and we took a break and had to.
We're still playing it by ear, guys. So just stay tuned. And
I mean, we lost 75% of our fan base just taking off for the whole 5-6 weeks. But hey, it happens.
That's it. They got to come back.
You didn't lose the fan base. You didn't put any content.
Because they didn't have reliable people putting content up.
I didn't reliable. I was on vacation. I was on vacay. But thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's either my brother or my sister-in-law. I'm not sure which one it is because they have a shared account. Usually shared account means we don't trust each other. But
what?
My first time watching Dominguez, it's either my brother or my sister-in-law watching. And usually I don't know who it is because a shared face account means some dramas happen, right?
Yeah.
So
Somebody cheated.
somebody fucked up.
Echo said James does look bigger.
I am.
Good on you, man.
Thank you. I've put on 40 pounds of muscle in 2 years. That's fucking awesome, isn't it, Kelly?
That's super.
Look at this. I'm going to arm wrestle you after this show.
Okay.
No, I'm not. All right, guys.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
7 o'clock.
Thank you, Darren. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
We're out.
Peace.